primary school, I didn't know that I could do music as a career.
Oh, wow. Yeah,
Yes.
that was primary
Yes,
school.
I realized when I went to high school.
High school.
So in primary school, I just wanted to be a scientist.
Mr.
I don't know
Materi,
whatever scientist it was, but I wanted to be a scientist.
you wanted to be a scientist?
Yes.
Wow. He wanted to be a scientist. He's done music. Music is a science.
But,
Music,
yeah,
is,
music is science.
music is broad. Music therapy is pretty much
Science.
close to psychology.
Close, yes, very.
That is why we do this, folks. We bring you stories about scholars. Today we are talking about Dr. Eric Koome Morionki.
Yes.
You're enjoying life now. Do you have a family?
I have a family.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. I have a family. They're here with me in Lawrence, Kansas.
Lawrence, Kansas City.
Yes.
Would you wish your child becomes a music therapist?
Absolutely. It's enjoyable. Music is one of those fields that you enjoy doing whatever you do and you get paid for it.
Tell me, folks, I probably did the wrong course. Could you believe
Yes.
music itself is therapy? You do music, you enjoy it, but at the same time, you get paid for it.
Yes, absolutely.
Amazing, unbelievable. It's a remarkable story. I know parts of it you've held back. We don't have much time.
Yeah.
But from your face, I can see you've gone through a lot.
Well, I don't know how my face looks, but yes. Yes.
You've gone through a lot, but at the same time, right now, you can be able to say that it paid off for using your words.
It has paid off. First of all, I really have created connections with a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
And shout out to people like Dr. Abi Chokera of Permanent Presidential Music Commission, that is really a good friend of mine.
I've heard Dr.
And-
Abi Chokera
yes.
mentioned by many music scholars. He's done a lot of work, to inspire and mentor so many music scholars.
Yeah, when I was at KU, I was so privileged to be surrounded by amazing people, like Dr. Oyugi, people like Sylvester Otieno, and generally the faculty was very friendly to me. So when I finished my undergraduate, actually, I remained at KU as a teaching assistant.
Oh, really?
I never went to look for jobs. So I
Courtesy
finished,
of some of those professors.
yes, but I also was a guitarist at the university's band. I mean, I've done a lot of things in Kenya.
Talking of the guitar, which other instrument do you play? You mentioned the guitar from
Yes.
that old man who taught you the guitar, and
love it.
your episodes at the church. What other instruments? I'm sure in music you guys learn lots of
Yes.
instruments.
Especially as a music educator, you have to have knowledge of a couple of instruments, if not all of them, because then you're teaching teachers how to use all these instruments to teach them.
Because you don't know the students' interest.
Yes.
Yeah.
So a little bit of keyboard, piano, all the three guitars, ukulele. Yeah, I mean a couple percussion instruments. Yeah, I can play just a little bit of everything.
A little bit of everything.
Yes.
Oh my God, amazing! And it's really amazing. And
Yes.
wow,
One of the most rewarding thing about this music, especially as a scholar, I love traveling. I have been to a number of countries that I never dreamt of going.
oh wow! Like which countries have you been to?
Courtesy of music and all these research and presentations, I've been to China, I've been to Thailand, I've been to
You've
Portugal.
been to China. You have been to Thailand,
I've been to Portugal. I've
Portugal.
been to Ghana.
to Ghana.
Basically, Europe, I've really kind of gone to some European countries, and Britain. Yeah.
Wow.
And here in US, many states.
In the US, you've gone to.
I've been to I think 17 states so far.
Oh, almost half the states.
Almost half this. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yes.
Courtesy of music. I
Courtesy
hope
of
you are
music,
watching
yes.
and listening. Do music. This is Dr. Eric Koome. He has a PhD in music, and he's doing another master's. And he tells us he's been to places: China, Thailand, Ghana,
Yeah.
Portugal, 17 states in the US. And this is not the end. You are still moving.
It's not the end. Sometimes, yeah, I have acceptance in almost. I mean, yeah, the only thing that limits us is time.
It's time.
Yeah, because now you cannot be in many places at the same time.
Mm.
Yes.
What are some of the challenges you've been able to surmount? I know grad school has its own challenges, but because this is looking, really good, it's all done. But what is the advice you can tell a graduate student, like, don't do this or do this? Just one or two things while in graduate school.
Yeah. So you see, I like using this analogy that I learned from my professors at the University of Florida. First of all, we all enjoy seeing the ducks swim. It's very smooth and you wonder how it's moving. You're just seeing the upper part of the duck really sailing very smoothly and all that. What people don't know is that there is a lot of pedaling down here. Beneath, the feet are just constantly moving. Otherwise, if it stops, then it stops, So there's a lot of work that really goes behind the curtains. It's not about it's not always glowing. There are those moments you call yourself to a meeting, you're like, I feel like giving up, Especially people here really work. And my work means you have assignments every single day. And those assignments are tough. They are time consuming. So if you're just doing a PhD, then there's nothing else you can do after that. It's a PhD and it's a PhD. You work like crazy. It comes to writing, especially writing a dissertation. In order for it to make sense, then you have to put a lot of work in it because there is no room for mediocrity.
There's no room for mediocrity. It's only room for excellence.
Room for excellence. And then you're here, and basis of you getting sent back to wherever you came from, your country, is failing.
I call it going to a motherland is failing.
Is failing. There are a lot of expectations back at home. You came here, you must make them proud. So pressure is everywhere. But for me, people say that is tough. For me, it wasn't tough because I really enjoyed the whole process of a PhD. I have a way of turning those tough moments into light moments. Like people have done it before. There's nothing special. In fact, there's
The popular adage, turning lemons into lemonade.
Exactly. And people would ask me, how is the journey? How is writing your dissertation? Then, a lot of responses from other people, like classmates, like, oh my goodness, it's tough. For me, my response was, oh, it's enjoyable. I love it.
It's enjoyable, you love it.
And the moment you say that, you actually end up loving what you do. You positive self-talk.
Turn your profession into a passion.
Yes.
Wow.
That is what I do. I never say anything is hard. Because whatever is hard, then it means it has never been done by a human being. If it has ever been done by a human being, then there's nothing hard about it.
That is powerful. There is nothing hard. Even if it is hard, there's nothing that hasn't been overcome by a human being.
Yes.
Consistency is what you said earlier on.
Yes.
Look at the end goal in mind.
Yes.
That has been Dr. Eric Koome. We want to thank you so much for being on our show. You've heard a lot from you, snippets of, intelligence, snippets of focus and being able to see, the end in mind. You've inspired us a lot, and we want to thank you and wish you well in your studies and also in your everyday life.
Yes.
So you are a student. So how are you? You also work for University of Kansas then, because you have to earn a living, right?
Yes. So one of the things I did after I got my doctorate is that, and applying for the music therapy, is that I was lucky to get a sponsorship, another scholarship for a master's. But then I also teach at the same university. I teach a couple of classes in music education, not in music therapy. So I teach in music education, and then I study music therapy.
Oh,
Yes. So I am a student and I'm a teacher.
let's talk about your music. Let's talk about your role as a professor at the University of Kansas
Yes.
in music education. What classes do you teach, Dr. Koome, at the University of Kansas?
Um, I
Just to
teach
mention a
just
few.
yeah. I'm not going to into details of the course code and all that, but I teach elementary school teachers how to use music in their classrooms. That
Oh,
is one of them.
wow.
So yeah, how can you? Because everything is if you look at elementary school, if you really music is a very powerful tool to make you learn concepts that you would have otherwise taken a lot of time to learn.
Mm.
You know, I remember when we were in primary school, we used to sing everything. You know, like why was Jesus called? It was good. He resurrected three people. Who this is, you know, put everything into music.
Mm.
Especially in CRE, we remember a lot of concepts through music.
Mm.
In
I mean, even learning the English alphabet, they do. It's a
A B
song
C
even up to
D F
today.
G H I
Yeah.
J, yeah, you know, a lot of concepts in music. So what we do, or what I teach, basically, that is one of the courses that I teach, is how can you create, or how can you come up with a course, and how can you apply concepts of music to teach, or the elements of music to teach the concepts that you want students to learn in any subject, be it mathematics, social studies, English, whatever subject, science, and all that. So
Wow.
that is one of the courses. The other courses I'm assisting with is choral diction. And a choral diction is just making sure that people sing in whatever language they sing in. Especially, we currently we're teaching like 5 languages. There's Latin, there's Italian, German, French, and yeah, those 4. English is not part of them because we use English to teach anyway.
Mm.
So if you're a choral conductor, or if you're a choral conductor or a choral music teacher, and you meet you want to sing a piece that you really love but is in Latin, how do you pronounce? How do you sing those
Mm.
Latin words? So in choral music, and then the other class is just a choral clinic. Like in
Choral clinic. What is that?
teaching choral clinic is teaching music teachers how to rehearse the choirs, how to conduct
Mm.
the choir, anything to do with choral music, music for the choir.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow, there's a lot ways by many ways.
Yes.
Some of the names are some of the titles of those, whatever it is. You know, it sounds it's fun, but it sounds technical. Choral
A
diction,
little
I
bit,
mean,
yes.
choral clinic, and that just means that there's a lot. You know, you can be able to learn. You can't just use music or any song to
Yeah.
teach a
Yes.
class.
Yeah.
There must be theoretical input. There must be practice. There must be structure, and things like those.
Yeah. Actually, I didn't tell you that one of the challenges I faced when I chose music as in at the university level to study music, I had a couple of people who asked, "What do you really want to do? Don't you think that you can record those?" Then there were CDs. We didn't really the flash disc were not very.
Yeah, common
CDs were
then.
very common then.
Yeah.
Yeah. So someone would ask me, "Why are you studying music? Do you really want to record CDs of your own?" And
Oh,
so they did not differentiate between music, or the talent, and the person who can
music
just wake up
production
and
versus
produce music and sing,
mm.
with trying to
Maybe
really
because
understand the background of it.
many
Yes,
musicians don't even go to any music school.
you're right. Yes. Like I was presenting about music and activism. Then music educator or music researcher